Well, hello and welcome to everybody. I hope you've had a great day, great night. If you're just waking up, I hope you had a really good sleep. Well, today some things came to light. There were some things that came to light, and I've got them all here for you. The first thing is in her live on Instagram, Katie Joy said she was all duggared out, which I thought was a very interesting claim considering that she's been making her money off the Duggars. The other interesting thing that she said today was that there would be something revealed later in a few days' time. And then Salts has shared this on Twitter today. This is from Salts' Twitter. Minneapolis has a beautiful courthouse. Due to the party's ongoing mediation effort over the last few days, we will not be seeing the inside of it. Now, we know that sort of tells us what the business meetings have been that somebody has been involved in. So this is her Twitter. So it says, Rachel and Ross, please get together in real life. I will die, absolutely die. Just tell everyone about your marriages. We were on a break. We get it. We forgive you. Something about Laurie Vallow again. Page 2. Sometimes all it takes is time for everything to work out. Hope you all had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with new content. So, great, because I was looking for a new video tonight. I guess I can be a little patient. Well, whoever that person is, that you can come and watch me. Hello, Gail. Hello, Peter, and commentator, auditor, Mimo. I feel the love, Christophan. Yeah, there is a lot of mixed feelings, Christophan, always. However, remember, it was always about what was going to benefit Tati. I find it really hard to believe that there's not going to be some type of public apology that will have to be made, because I can't see. Why would you go into mediation if if there's not going to be apologies? So it says, she says, so I've been included in new on your son. I can't say a word. On Delivery Plus, had no idea they were using my clip, but hey, just glad to contribute to the conversation. Turns out I'm actually not a bad person. It's nice to hear that sometimes. No one says that you are a bad person. Your actions are just questionable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't go around feeling good or anything, Katie. The drama dragons will never allow it. I'm glad you seem to be happier these days. Good for you. Obviously, they were lying to her. I agree. It is really about Tati, but still low-key bum. The only thing that I can see happening is that Miss Crystal Ball is just going to think now that they're untouchable. Soon news will drop. Just give it a few more days. So they're still in, they haven't settled yet. They're still hashing out. So Clark's, you mean Swanson on the hook? Well, that's what I don't know. This is the thing. I guess we'll find out. Well, we may not ever find out. I have no doubt. If I was Tati, and if you're watching Saltsy, this is what you need to push for. This is what I think. You need to push for never talking about the matter again, and a public apology that has to stay on her channel as the first video everybody sees when they arrive at her channel. We know that she can't stop talking, and we know that she will stop. That she will talk about it at some point in time. So I would put in an NDA. Swanson, how's your day? Pouring rain here. Wow. Apparently she loves it. Dear YouTuber that called for waterboarding of a mother that you claimed ST'd her child, apologise to the mum and stop covering the case after all the harm you caused an innocent woman with your unverified lies. Thanks. Your video is really called hysteria, and you are still running your mouth. You helped a narcissist abuse not only his ex-wife but all his children. I hope you're proud. Just my opinion. Who are you talking about? No longer, as part of her no longer talking about other YouTubers in the community, she will no longer directly tell you that it is Annie from 10 to Life, but rather make cryptic, childish posts. OMG, she's the biggest hypocrite ever to exist. A malignant narcissist, truly. There are literal proofs of you slamming the door in front of an autistic child live on Instagram. You cared more about your viewership rather than the child you created. I think you start, well, you know what? I spent most of it in bed. I did barely anything. I didn't actually get up and do, I felt like I'd regressed back to my teenage years. I didn't get up until lunchtime. It was great. But I didn't get a lot of work done. So, like, here's my list for tomorrow. I've actually laid it out, allocated how long I'm spending on each task. And then hopefully that list is all blocked off. So by the time I see you tomorrow night, I should be able to tell you that I completed everything. We'll see. Well, that's why I'd be insisting on NDA and a public apology, because she doesn't like either of those. Can I come and live with? Well, it's interesting, Peter, because my sister was in the NT for work, and she's been stuck there now for 2 days. She's still waiting for her negative COVID test so she can get on a plane to fly back to Melbourne. And she's been waiting now for 12 hours. We all knew it was 10 to Life. Yes. Your list looks like an essay. Yeah, it is. I mean, it starts off with 20 minutes of housework, particularly what I've got to spend on, and then I've got to do some music stuff. So I've got spending 20 minutes on my transcription, 20 minutes on my arpeggios. I've got a music lesson with Harrison. Then I told Harrison that if he does really well in his lesson, he will be on live with you. So there could be a live tomorrow. So watch this space. And then I've got a list. And then I've got a list of content that I need to work on as well. Interestingly enough, there is an Australian YouTuber that is getting sued by an Australian politician. So that is actually going to be, I'm going to be very interested to see how that one pans out. So, yeah, so hopefully we can do that. And he has actually said that he might play for you all. So that might be interesting. Yeah. We have to trust in Tardy that she will be happy. Look, at the end of the day, it's Tardy that's going to be happy, not us. And I don't know where Poppy is, but she has said to me that her you need a planner, Joe. When you're bored, check out my channel. It's all planning and planning related. I have a diary. I mean, here's my diary. Look at my diary this week. That's my diary this week. It was actually totally full this week. And all the crossings out is everything that's been cancelled due to got cancelled due to lockdown. And that's next week, and that's with lockdown. Because I actually have to do I actually have to move to online lessons. Oh boy, that reminds me of stop practicing for my mentor. Oh wow. Yeah, no, Gail's free as a bird. Although Queensland's had a couple of lockdowns. I've been here since 3:50. I've been on live for 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, usually when I do face-to-face music lessons, I do Friday, and they're all done in groups, and, you know, in 4 hours, I've done all the music lessons. But when you're on Zoom, you can't do group lessons, so they've all got to be individuals. So I've now got 8 hours of music lessons to fit into a week. I actually work harder remotely than I do face to face. Well, we had another 4 cases today. So not sure. Hopefully it's going to slow down. Starts online on Monday first. Wow. Right. So let's see this live. Now, first, she does talk about the fact that she's been really busy. She's got some news to drop at some point in time. But essentially, this is having a go at Annie from 10 to Life. Now, I have to say, I actually then went to 10 to Life's channel to see where all these videos were, and I cannot find any. Somebody had said that Annie had privated all the videos because of the court case, but there's nothing there. So I don't know why she's saying she's talking about it unless it's not on YouTube. It's another forum or another platform, but there's nothing. I could not find anything on YouTube. If they're there, please let me know. Oh, and the other thing is that Poppy wants me to tell you all that her record is still perfect as far as the lawsuit is concerned because she predicted this. But she doesn't want to brag. Yeah, so his face, apparently the droopiness of his face could still be around for another 2 or 3 months. He also saw his pediatrician and he's got to go have a hearing test. I think it was on a private. Yeah, but like, Will, a private Facebook group is different to a public Facebook group, isn't it? Like, isn't like if like the Discord that we have is public, but if I make that private with only select people on it, surely you are more free to discuss things because it's private. That's why it's private. It's not for the public to see, but somebody has been taking the information from the private group and making it public. Now, if I was a moderator of that Facebook group, I would be removing a certain person. But that's just me. Because the impression that I get, the impression that I got from listening to this live is that everything was done publicly. Don't understand why the government thinks that everything else is good. It's all about money, Wind Whispers. We have a party. We have 2 major parties. One major party is all about money, 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 money. You've got to have money. You've got to have the economy. Stuff the people. We don't care whether they're going to get sick. If the elderly get sick and they die, well, they probably were just going to die anyway. And, survival of the fittest. You've got another party that's saying, well, actually, people matter. And we don't want one person to die that shouldn't die. And, and we have those 2 conflicting parties. Now, unfortunately, those conflicting parties, one of those parties is the government, the national government, and where I live, the other party is the state government, and they're at loggerheads. And because they're opposite parties, the federal government hates the state government and essentially has told the state government where to go stick it. So either there's a KJ mole or she's the mole. And Tracy, you're about to find out. That sounds like the US to me, Mo. Oh. And the federal government is responsible for quarantine, and yet they told the states they had to fend for themselves. They've secured all these vaccines, and the states has overseen the vaccinations, and the states are vaccinating, and the feds can't keep up the vaccines. So we've got a big debacle here. Big debacle. And in fact, Morrison's lockdown is trending on Twitter in Melbourne at the moment. So everyone's blaming lockdown on the federal government for not providing the vaccines. And for anyone that's interested, I have not been able to book my vaccine, but I found a website that I can see what the wait time is, and I believe that it's like at the busiest time near me, it was about a 3-hour wait. So I'm probably going to do that Wednesday because I've got an exam on Tuesday. So after my exam on Tuesday, I'm going to go get my vaccination, and then I'll be right. And then there is Kylie Mole, it's just like she really is just like. All right. So, and thank you to the legendary Mrs. Care, because I got the first 4 minutes and missed the rest. And Mrs. Care has uploaded this. It's only just been uploaded in the last little while. So I very much appreciate her. So thank you, Mrs. Care. All right, so here we go. I'm going to speed it up because it is very slow. Now, let me tell you what you need to listen out for, because I did actually watch this one. There is some graphic scenes. It may be triggering, to warn you that. But you'll hear Toad in the background when she's on one of her rants, and you'll hear him sighing and you hear him banging, and you get the instinctive impression that he wants her to just shut up. But you tell me. I don't want to tell you what to think. You need to come up with your own suggestions. Yeah, and I'm going to hit this from Mrs. Care. Look. There we go. So you tell me when you hear Toad what you think he's doing, but he gives me the impression he's not very happy with her.
Police surveillance and got to her. He also claimed that he called for people to bring arms to the court because he needed to hand off custody. And he kept bringing in more and more and more disturbing allegations that were so out of the blue. In the middle of all of this, he had his child that was a supposed victim spending time with strangers.
Now, Mrs. Care didn't get it all. I don't know anyone that got the whole thing. So I only got the first 4 minutes, and I still missed a snippet of it. So she's talking about, someone says she talked about this yesterday. So, yeah, so she's still on it.
Interviewed by a woman who had a conviction for doing inappropriate things and had a history with other things. There was a lot of people that were around this child that had criminal histories, and the dad who claimed the child had gone through something really bad had no problem letting his child, who he claimed had recently just gone through these terrible things, spend time with strangers that had convictions of bad things. And everyone got mad if anyone questioned what the dad was saying, because they said that the little girl was telling the truth. There was no way that she couldn't be telling the truth. If you don't believe her, you don't believe. If you say that the dad is lying, you're saying the girl's lying, and then you're a shitty person. So there was a YouTuber who perpetuated this lie and was used as the mouthpiece by the father for months. This YouTuber channel exploded while this father let her profit off of his daughter, released journals, released illegal footage that was obtained while they recorded a conversation with an amicus attorney. She released private journals by this little girl. She called for the waterboarding of the mother. Her channel went from...
There we go. So she's talking about... We know who she's talking about, don't we? Hey. And someone says, I'm guessing you are talking about Annie. And so she's talking about... She's essentially gloating that she was right.
0 to like...
Oh, and then she will give advice on how you need to deal with true crime. But yes, she's loving this. Oh dear, she just loves them. Let's just talk about this stuff. She never released personal medical files. Hello, Julianne. Why is she bringing this up again? I don't know why she keeps bringing it up. I don't know. Hi, Alberta. I really don't know why she keeps bringing it up. And it's really, what is KJ doing now? Going off at 10 to life. Is that 10 to life? Yeah.
I don't even know where she's at today. Probably at 100,000. This woman is still talking about the case, even though she really shouldn't be.
She's still talking about the case. As I said, I went through the YouTube channel and I couldn't find any recent videos on this case. So you would think that this person that it would be there. Is this going to be her new videos on her YouTube? Yet again, she smirks and enjoys all the topic. She's bringing it up because these are the people who don't have cease and desist against her. Annie, another female successful YouTube creator she does not like. She's still talking about the case, as she's talking about the case. She's bringing it up because the Duggars aren't up to much lately. Oops. Annie said she was taking down the videos. I believe that's what I heard, that she was taking down the videos. I couldn't find any videos on the story. So if she's saying that it's been spoken about publicly, I couldn't find it. And he hasn't talked about it for a while. I don't like wishing ill on others, but I wish someone would sue and force her off social media. KJ is such a vile person, says commentator Alter. Yes, she did. And she used screenshots from a private Facebook group. This is the point that I'm making. If she's saying that 10 to Life, 10 to Life just didn't put it in the title. It was kind of like, if you know kind of thing. If, for example, there was a discussion in a private Facebook group, then it's a private Facebook group and that stuff is not supposed to be made public. Now, if she's now saying that she's talking about it because she's talking about in a private Facebook group, then how can she be doing public? Hello, Labella Princess. Anyway. It's
Spread lies about this family. No mother should deserve to have anyone call for their waterboarding with no evidence. No mother of a child should be forced into hiding and have to worry about being killed because her ex-husband is fabricating a story against her. No woman should be separated from her boyfriend, who is the father of her child, because the dad is vindictive and angry at her.
No woman should rehash this.
And just wants to get revenge and crafts a story and gets his daughter to say these things. For months.
No woman should rehash this from last August, says the comment. The other night, Annie did a live stream, gave updates on Courtney, Michael X, and about his lawsuit. I was in the live, but it was nothing like KJ is making it out to be. Thank you, Stacey O. I was hoping that somebody was going to be able to say I was there and what went on.
We've known that this wasn't true, and now apparently.
No woman should rehash this from last August because they are jealous.
According to Courtney, his ex-wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, they are maybe under investigation now for fraud for the GoFundMe. And they also are in a massive court.
How dumb can you be?
And now Courtney is claiming that this dad slapped their kid across the face.
Never heard anyone say.
And is not a good dad. And meanwhile,
never heard anyone say you have to believe.
This girl has been staying in a camper without proper supervision.
Never heard anyone say you have to believe what you are told. Just the thought of having a Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, YouTube makes my head hurt. She has a brass neck, no shame whatsoever about being sick, etc. Still lecturing her subs. Her second to last live, I believe. Okay, I might have to go try. I might go and suss it out myself. Just to, because it's important that Mrs. K comments, she cracks me up. One day she's going to hit that send button accidentally. I think so. She's the nosiest person I've seen. Whenever you come on, whenever you come on, love, when the mum wanted her daughter to have inpatient therapy because she's been brainwashed, that person made it seem awful, like an awful mental institution. The little girl will need intensive therapy. KJ is still the same and getting worse.
Without proper education, without proper anyone taking care of her like needs physically, mentally. I mean, she's been neglected. She's been exposed to some really horrific things that have happened while she's been in the custody.
People hate you because you cold-hearted.
He and the ex-wife have separated. They are now fighting about it. I stopped making...
Your cold-hearted, callous exploitation of the story was disgusting. Embarrassment. I can be pretty dumb sometimes hitting the minimize button on KJ's screen wasn't responding. She has no new content. Her safest moving out. And he did a live case update. But lots of rumors going around. So Annie gave what she knew from texts with Courtney. And honestly, Annie is exposing Michael, not Kelly. Well, it's interesting because KJ did actually show texts the other night. So I'm assuming they were similar text messages that she got from it. She said she got them from a private Facebook group. Thanks for reading the live, Joe. It's still on the TV. Okay, great. I don't know that Toad says anything, but he's definitely banging around in the background. She used to rush off and make statements about teen mums and got that wrong. That is how I first found this woman. KJ talks about child neglect while neglecting her own child, says for the love. Who's Annie? Annie is a YouTuber, runs a channel called 10 to Life, and it's a true crime channel, is my understanding. Have I got that correct? From what I've seen, she just basically gives the facts, gives the background to the story, doesn't really embellish it. Okay. 100%. Really like your previous stream where you neglected your son and he yelled at you. You ignored him, just keep. Well, I think I was listening to that again today, and I think he said, stop filming. It's funny because KJ had Annie on her YouTube talking about the case. She did. Plus hello, boy mum. Plus she called the girl a brat.
Peace with Annie when she continues to run her mouth and continues to try to perpetuate a lie that the girl wasn't coached, or that the mom could still potentially be not a...
You got the court records and read them out. ML is garbage, but SL still should be believed, and he is great. Remember, she got the court records.
Victim in this. And whether or not...
Even right now.
The stepmother is lying is really irrelevant at this point. She's not defending the dad, but she's still believing the child. And here...
Even right now... Hang on. Oops. Have I just lost it?
Thing. At this point, there's no evidence that this happened. There are so...
Even right now, you just want to heat on...
many officials that have come out and said it didn't happen.
Oh, just now you want to heat on, oh, Katie, you were right. And then people tried to warn others thinking of collaborating her. This is why. Oh, what she's saying, what Mrs. Kez is saying is right now you just want to hear, oh, Katie, you were right. She wants everyone to say, oh, Katie, you were right. Hi, Caitlin. Annie appears to be a strong woman. I hope she doesn't let KJ off with dragging her. KJ loves to twist words, and he has apologized to Kelly. She should be sued, says Boy Montude. KJ's just a drama queen. KJ, stop yelling or lying, embellishing, hyperboiling, exaggerating, or just blank. KJ gets by with everything. Hello, Jean.
There's been there's been involvement by multiple amicus attorneys, by police, by psychologists. So it didn't happen. So if you are the person that was used as the mouthpiece for the dad.
You were right. There you go. You're still a monster. I can't believe KJ is getting away with this. Annie has more integrity than KJ has in her small toe.
To rip a family apart and then neglect his child for a year while that kid was in his care. If you are still talking about that case and you caused half of this because your videos were the ones that everyone looked to because he was the mouthpiece, I think you need to stop talking about it.
Says you were in a Facebook group making fun of the situation.
You just need to stop talking about it. You need to realize you got in too deep. You shouldn't be talking about it. I'm shocked that a lawsuit hasn't been started.
You spread photos of the stepmother in fancy dress.
Them, her and the dad for this. And I won't be surprised at the end of the day if he ends up with massive.
Did you say that? She's saying she's surprised that Annie's not in the lawsuit. I'm just going to take that back.
Surprised at the end of the day if he ends up with massive fraud charges. Shouldn't be talking about it. I'm shocked that a lawsuit hasn't been started against them, her and the dad for this. And I won't be surprised at the end of the day if he ends up with massive fraud charges for what the GoFundMe was. This is very reminiscent of the homeless the homeless man that did the scam with the couple, and they said that he only gave 20.
Mrs. Kerr says that she needs to STFU. See Toad in the background, he's banging and all doing all sorts of things. Now, from what I'm understanding, a lot of this is being said, she's talking about is from the private Facebook group. That is what they're lucky knows lawsuit. Oh.
$8 to the last person. And they realized the whole thing was a fraud. This is very similar to that. So I would just suggest to that YouTuber to stop.
She's told her YouTuber and then called her by her first name. Now she's saying, if you're that YouTuber. Mrs. Cares just wrote before, you have no integrity.
Putting that name in your mouth. To stop.
You're a fraud.
To leave the mother alone. To apologize to the mother. To allow this family to heal. And to stop stop running off of unverified.
Annie, put your own skin in your mouth like Katie.
About child ABUSE. Just stop.
It does.
There was no evidence that this happened. There was no reason.
Some pet fur. Oh, Mrs. King. So someone says, what's this case called? I want to look it up. Is this the Annie woman? It disturbs me that she clearly hasn't learned what coaching and parental alienation is. It's not the child lying, and he's accused like 5 or 6 people of the same thing before. KJ is probably the one complaining, so a case will get started. Maybe. The tardy negotiations have given her more acceleration. KJ, now a lawyer, asking for a friend.
For it to get to this point, there was no reason for calling for a mother to be waterboarded, to rip people into hysteria. What if someone would have gotten to her? What if someone would have gotten to that mother? Did anyone care? People were calling for her execution while the children were in her care.
Who do you think you are? Wish they would get to.
And in the middle of all of this are children that have been abused and neglected as a result.
Fill in the blanks. She needs to apologize for calling the girl a brat. She denied that she did that. It is scary that KJ keeps going on and putting info out there when she isn't supposed to. Why does she keep getting away with it? No, this isn't the one where she called the little girl a brat. This was her latest one. This is when she's going off at Annie from 10 to life.
Result.
So now, someone's asked, what is waterboarded? Okay, I need to let you know that she is going to go into some pretty graphic, horrible details. So if you need to step away for a bit, please do so, because this is not going to be good. So this is all right. It's the same girl, though. Yes, this is about that, the same girl. I think it's ironic that KJ is on the newest episode of the Unison. Yes, she is, isn't she? I may have to go during that. Yeah. So, Alberta, yeah, you may need to. I'm just warning you. So as I said, I watched it today, so I made sure that I knew what was going on. But it's not nice. So someone's asked, what is waterboarded? And she takes great pleasure into telling everybody what it is. All right, trigger warning. I'm going to leave this up for a little while. I'll leave Gail's message up, so anyone that comes in. But please, yeah, we'll let you know when it comes back. And
the children have been abused, and all of the children are victims. Waterboarding is a form of torture.
Okay, here we go.
It's a form of torture. They put you on your back and they pour water into your mouth and onto your face to choke you out until you break. It's a form of abuse and a torture that is used in if you get a war prisoner. So you strap someone down, you put their head down, and you just pour water onto their face, suffocating them with water. It's what the military does. Another case of Katie being right when everyone else thinks she's wrong.
Oh yes, and she just laughed. Hi, Holly-Anna. Pouring rain here. Oh no. That's some evil stuff. It is evil stuff. Why is she bringing this up now? I don't know. So I was watching this live last night and had to shut it off. Wait for you, Joe. Oh, thank you, boy, Mama. It's yeah. I think technically waterboarding is deemed illegal. Okay.
I didn't want to be right on this case. I just didn't want people to fall for this because I knew that there was an innocent mother that was being abused. And when you ignore everything and you allow these frenzies to happen, innocent lives are in the mix of all of that.
I think so, Alberta. I think she's done. I think she's done. The worst of it's over. This is her fresh start, says Ballistic. Is she trying to deflect the horrible things she accused people of? I wish KJ would shut up. And KJ, who says you're right? Good, thank you. I left for her. Okay. Yeah, he's in the background banging. I think you walks past. Again.
No, they weren't doing the waterboarding to the young child. She was calling for the mom to be waterboarded.
Well, it hasn't been finalised yet, Sunny D. I believe that negotiations are still happening. I mean, there's still time for her to mess it all up, I guess. So Saltz posted a picture of the Minneapolis courthouse and said with the way things are going, that it would seem that they may not need to go inside the courthouse. We don't know what the terms are, but some of the stuff, the fact that she's had 2 days of business meetings would indicate that she's been in business talks. They haven't said, I don't believe they've settled yet. In the old days, this would not be mainstream. You had to go look for it if you wanted to know.
So anyways, I just think Annie needs to stop talking about it. I don't think that the stepmother is reliable. I don't think that the dad is reliable. I think
that's how smart your followers are. I gather she showed a lot of pleasure while she talked about it, described what it was. You are correct there. It was a tasteless comment for sure. Many creators made tasteless comments on both sides. CK said some really problematic things. KJ accused a man of murder and fraud, a woman of fraud, a man of SH. However, she's innocent of everything. Now, this one was deleted. You need to stop talking about this case. This Tracy slander is punishable crime by law in the United States. What does KJ keep getting away with slander? And he will do what and he wants. Sorry, KJ. The disgusting excuse of a human being you are, KJ, says Alberta.
I think the dad, I think anyone blaming the child now and saying that this child is a liar is sick. I don't think anyone should blame this child. All the onus goes on the father. All the onus goes on the dad who made the choice to start a GoFundMe, to rip off people, to make them donate money for him to take the money and run.
So now they're all now it's saying she also feels comfortable talking to minors who knew a murdered 14-year-old. That doesn't make sense. She also feels comfortable talking to minors who knew a murdered 14-year-old girl. Annie has said recently that she doesn't trust or believe anyone in this case anymore. Someone else then says Annie didn't call for waterboarding. She's just so it's full of toxic point. I generally wouldn't be surprised to hear of her seriously harming someone in IRL. A lack of self-awareness and the amount of pleasure she gets from people's pain is really concerning. All right. See, and there's a bit of a smile, a smirk there. Somebody does get blocked too, by the way. I remember. Oh well, she do that on Facebook, talking about her son used the money for her new house.
It's his fault, and everyone else is collateral damage, and everyone else is a victim. If Annie doesn't trust her belief,
I think what's important about Katie's perspective here is she went off court documents. The video was fishy and there was some speculations, but the docs were undeniable that he's been doing this a while. Won't be surprised if we hear of someone going after KJ at some point in the near future, says Alberta. My dad sued a man for slander when I was 15 and he won. It's truly punishable crime. I don't know how she keeps getting away with it. He's still not blocked.
believe anyone in this case anymore. Annie did call for waterboarding. She did. Shut up, Bev. You're good.
So Bev's been blocked because Bev said that she didn't call for waterboarding. so you know, I wish she had my ex. He'd throw the fear of God in her.
Idiot.
There you go. She calls somebody an idiot because I'm just going to rewind that back. Come over here, Bev. Bev, you're welcome.
If Annie doesn't trust or believe anyone.
So it's this here, Bev. Annie didn't call for waterboarding. Okay.
In this case anymore. Annie did call for waterboarding. She did. Shut up, Bev. You're an idiot. She literally called for her to be waterboarded.
Bye, Bev.
I used court documents. I showed you guys all of the evidence of what the amicus attorney said. I showed you evidence, and I said that there was no evidence in any of the medical exams. I showed you all the details.
All right. Joni's going to get done too. Joni says, you are so mean to your own subscribers. Bye, Joni. Bye. Bye, Joni. Bye, Joni. So this comment here, you are so mean to your own subscribers.
And it's a year later, it's the same result with a whole new set of people. And it was all parental alienation and one of the worst cases they've seen. Annie also sat and ridiculed a police officer who tried to save a girl from unnecessary invasive testing. I've learned about Annie is that she's just like
except yours with your
over her head and
son. Texas, please sue her for this case. So narcissist, Caitlin. Shut up, KJ. You called for Amber to be jailed over nothing. Just a woman telling you to STF you. And then someone says, no, so the woman that says you're being so mean to your own subscribers gets attacked. It says, no, she isn't. She doesn't seem to be upset, triggered about any negotiation results. I fear it has gone in her favor. She seems to be more high and mighty.
She seems to be a conspiracy theorist that just runs with whatever she sees without proper investigation. And you can do and handle things any type of way, but when it comes to children, you should really be careful. And
this whole rant is so classist. So then this person's still attacked. It says, she is not mean, she is true, and she's tired of people lying. Hi, Sassy Noz. I was on that live. Annie only said she was told info, but had no receipts to verify. So she never, ever stated it was fact and admitted that there was no receipts. Okay. But the more I'm convinced she needs a long time. Well, we got 113 people watching. Hello, everybody.
Proper investigation. And you can do and handle things any type of way, but when it comes to children, you should really be careful. And I haven't been covering this because, first of all, it's a child custody case at this point. But we're still at a point all of these months later where now they're in court fighting about who coached who. So who's the one that coached? Was it the dad or was it the stepmom?
This rant is so classist. Did you hit your head? But Annie brought it up when she was questioned during a live when she recapped several cases. It was maybe 2 minutes about it. Okay. Hi, Ballistic. So she spoke for 2 minutes, but KJ's managed to talk a whole 12 minutes on that 2-minute talk. Okay.
And is it going to take for an arrest of the stepmom and the dad for everyone to realize that everyone got it wrong about the mom? Is that what it's going to take? I'm so curious. It's so weird to me that people still hang on to this. So that's what I had to say about
this. Is why everybody hates you. Hello, Marissa. These poor clearly true crime isn't what Annie needs to be covering, says somebody. Then someone says, let's talk Duggar. You're about to hear the best line of all. I'm all Duggared out. I am all Duggared out. Katie Joy, who has used the Duggars for 3 weeks straight to make all her money, is all Duggared out.
About that. I don't want to talk about the Duggars right now. I honestly am very Duggared out today. I've had a very...
Did you hear that? Let's just this is a soundbite. This is a soundbite. I have to admit, I actually laughed out loud. Let's take that back.
So that's what I had to say about that. I don't want to talk about the Duggars right now. I honestly am very Duggared out today.
I could listen to that line all day. Just one more time. Just one more time. Just one more time. Hello, Shanane.
So that's what I had to say about that. I don't want to talk about the Duggars right now. I honestly am very Duggared out today.
But Katie was the one who paid for the court documents over this case, and she released the child's info that crossed the line. So Says-in-laws, it's sad girl. She needs help, but she's so toxic, no one can help her. It's so ingrained that even with her help, I doubt she would change it all. Poor KJ. I'd like to question KJ's ADHD, doctor. It's so nice and warm here finally. So that's where the title of the live came from. KJ's Duggared out. Well, my theory, this is my theory. My theory is that she knew that she had to come up with some cash for settlement and she needed to make big bucks fast, and so she's been pounding the Duggars to get the money to pay off Tardy. Just my speculation. So she's all dug it out because she's nearing the end and she can just about got enough money to pay her bill. One more time? All right, Ballistic. I have to put it on. It has to be on a loop. We need to put it on a loop.
So weird to me that people still hang on to this. So that's what I have to say about that. I don't want to talk about the Duggars right now. I honestly am very Duggared out today.
That we need to hello for the love. Gotta put that on a loop. I don't want to talk about the Duggars today. I'm all Duggared out. Yeah. Anyway, that's just my theory. I think Tardy got Swanson out of her. Tell him we Aussies need to go. Oh, yes. I need that as my ringtone. All my messages. Need to have it as the message every time there's a message.
I don't want to talk about the Duggars right now. I honestly am very Duggared out today.
I'm very Duggared out. How can you get tired? You can't get tired of that, can you? Now she's going to talk about all her business meetings that she's had. That's because she started to call someone else Josh. She was starting to get names confused and starting to call Josh, everybody Josh, a C and D maybe. Not sure. I mean, I initially thought it maybe the Duggars had, she's been getting some stuff from the Duggars. There's a rumor going around that she's had at least one from them, but I don't know. There's lots of rumors going around about everything. But all I know is that she said she was all Duggared out, and my ears pricked up when I went, really? Ooh. If she said that about Tardy, she might just have been sued. Annie is the best. She does professional work, laying out all the very well researched info. You can't even listen to Annie sped up because she already gets to the point quick. She's too busy counting all her money from the Duggars. That's why she's pooped out. Yes, so she called people Josh all the time. She did. She kept calling everybody Josh. She's got Josh on the. She's got. You know how there's that song, Georgia, Georgia. You've got Georgia on your mind. Well, she's got Josh. I've got Josh on my mind.
I've had a very long day. I haven't done anything. I was in meetings all day. I didn't look at content.
She had to face the salts. Good luck, Teddy, if you think. Annie could seriously go far doing reports on TV. I just love her. She's got Josh on her mind all the time. She is. She started off by talking about that. So I think the bit at the start that we missed, she was talking about how she was on there and people were saying that Discovery owed her money, and she said no, she uses their clips all the time. She had her alerts set, so if anything Duggar came up, she'd have an emergency bathroom break.
I'm just coming on here to talk. And as much as you want to know about the Duggars, I don't have anything to share today. I came on to share about the Michael Long stuff and just get that off my chest. I think if you're going to cover true crime, you can't go off of emotion. It's so easy to get like emotionally invested into stories, but you can't allow your emotional feelings about something dictate your ability to discern the facts from reality.
There you go. She's giving advice. Business meetings or meetings for settling the lawsuit? Yeah, we know it's meetings for settling the lawsuit. She really does love the sound of her own voice. I did wonder whether Mr. Brown, when she had a bad day yesterday, when Mr. Brown had actually heard that everything that Salts had said about KJ was actually true, and that he actually said, "You've done all of this stuff." True crime expert, right? Got it. Yep. She spilled her guts on Clark Simpson. She was not going. No. I thought those were white powder breaks. Wouldn't it be good if Saltsy went after her for defamation against him and his firm? Well, don't forget, and see, all of the tweets regarding Emily have gone too. Just like the video she made where she said she had no feelings and was numb to see. Yeah.
To cover true crime, you can't go off of emotion. It's so easy to get like emotionally invested in the stories, but you can't allow your emotional feelings about something dictate your ability to discern the facts from reality and to analyze what you're reading and seeing. And you also have to be able to look at the court documents and see what is being said. If you are coming from a standpoint of you don't believe anything the government does is true, then of course you're going to believe the conspiracies.
She's not on Twitter and they were laughing, saying she would be raging. There's a difference between coverage and going too deep and sensationalizing a situation. Unlike what I've said about the Duggareds. Advice cut from KJ, oh boy. Have to be impartial, says somebody.
I know. And maybe this will serve as a wake-up call for everyone to realize that child custody is complicated.
There you go. But I bet you didn't know any of that, did you? Did you know that child custody is complicated? Oh. Who would have ever guessed that one, KJ? Oh. Talk about stating the obvious. Make something up without a doubt. And by the way, this is actually sped up. This is at 1.25. I asked EDB whether would there be any court papers that she could cover on KJ's case, waiting for a reply. Only if it's written, it's stipulated. I don't know, because if it doesn't go through the court, mediation doesn't always have to go through the court because it's not actually a typical court case. So so the case was dismissed due to jurisdiction. They were obviously talking about refiling, so they're trying to mediate to stop the refiling, but it's not officially in the court. So there may not be official court documents other than what is signed, like the NDA and everything. But if Poppy was here, she could probably explain it better than me because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I did actually have a bit of a chat. I mean, I did ask Poppy some questions earlier when I was when I'd seen that Salts had been in Minneapolis. But she said generally it's done away from the court, and because it's not an ongoing, because it's not a current ongoing case, it may not have any court orders to it. Poppy. So, for example, with the Christian Porter case, he lost. His lawyer was deemed to have a conflict of interest. He needs to hire a new barrister. So instead of going through that thing, he's now doing mediation. So that is part of an active court case. There may be orders out of that, but this wasn't an active case. Probably Salts had all the papers filed up, and so lots of the stuff's been agreed. I would expect there'll be an NDA. Poppy seeds. We're talking about the settlement because it's not an active court case. Is it likely to have any court orders or any papers to it? Or is it just an agreement between the two parties? Just got home. That's what we were talking about. My answer was no, probably not, because it wasn't an active case. And Poppy, I told everybody that you were right too. I blew your trumpet for you. I'm feeling like a deflated balloon. I summoned poppy seeds and here she I am amazing. I was looking the other day and Minnesota was a state of mediation first. Okay, well, that's interesting. So if they don't resolve mediation, then they go to court? Okay. Sometimes you can ask the court to make an order based on an out-of-court agreement, but that often makes it public. So often they just keep it quiet and sign NDAs on specific terms. Cool. Hey, Poppy, Gail calling you, and you answering reminded me of the old Bewitched show when Samantha would call their mother. Sometimes NDAs isn't practical if a term is public apology or whatever. KJ can't talk true crime, but she possibly could try a paranormal channel. She could be the subject talking about the dead people she sees. You know, how she looks around while doing her lives. She gets away with it because technicality. But I think she's one of the most hated YouTubers. Okay. So we all ask the court to make it public. Okay, got it. Thanks, Poppy. If settlement terms are breached, they then take it back to court. Yeah, I did. All right. So, yeah, that's what I thought, that it was probably private. It's good to have our own legal expert on our channel to answer all of our questions and to keep us updated. So it is possible that we won't actually know what the terms of settlement are until she did say that there would be an announcement coming. Gail, you know that she's not likely to keep her mouth shut. IMO.
Child custody is very complicated. And Courtney acting like she didn't have anything to do with this now is just idiotic. Now on. Yeah. Long story short, I have not covered the story on my main channel in a very long time, but
So it's like if a term is STFU about Hardy and then she runs her mouth, Salts will be introing himself to the Minnesota judge. As a foster kid to watching Bewitched used to make me wish I was a real rich. I think we all wished we were like Samantha or Tabitha.
I just felt the need to say that. And I don't think that,
Actually, I do have an expert in most fields. I can always call on somebody. I've got an expert in most fields. I do. That's a really good point, Sarah. I just need a doctor. Is there a doctor in the house? Be very, very hard for. You can imagine KJ if EDB does read the documentary Popcorn. Speaking of Bewitched, the movie with Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman is 10 out of 10. No regrets. I love it. Really, I could never see. I'm not one of these people that can watch remakes usually. The term needs to be made public so we can tell Salts the minute she stuffs up. I play doctor. So it's so sick that Annie and stepmom think Kelly owes them anything, let alone a conversation. So true. Thanks, Katie. I'll stick to without a crystal ball from now on. People are so twisted and sick.
Every single person that reports stories gets things wrong or we have bad sources. But the responsibility, if you get something wrong, is to either clear it up or to retract or to do better to correct and get out the right story. It's so hard sometimes in a very fast-paced news cycle when you are just reporting on what you know. But that's why
wait and get sued.
you need to follow through and follow up. Katie, thanks.
Katie, all the way, that comment says, I'm dug it out too. How did you think about starting your YouTube? I think there's a whole generation of people who didn't speak out when abused or were not believed, and this story made a whole lot of people see themselves in her. It's so sad. She will never shut up. She loves her own voice too much. I love Annie. Have always felt KJ was jealous. Even though that movie was good, nothing beats the original. She's lying again, says Tracy. Plus, she thinks she knows everything. Hey, in all of this, remember to like, subscribe, and do all the things for Joe. Thank you. In the original show on TV1, they used to run Brady Bunch all day. I'd marathon that too. Actually, I have a real life Brady Bunch. My brother's got 4 kids, and he's moved in with, and his partner's got 3, so there's 7 kids altogether. She's got 3 girls, and my brother's got 3 boys and a girl. So my brother's partner's daughters always wanted brothers, and his daughters always wanted sisters. So they've all got them, and they've had to try and find a bigger house so they all don't fit.
People saw themselves in the child, and the dad knew that. In my opinion, the dad knew what he was doing. He knew he was picking a heavily charged topic. He put together a highly edited video of what appeared to be a child in distress, and then he used QAnon.
Sorry, peeps, I'm pushing a cart around Target.
To promote that. I feel as a journalist you can follow leads, but you definitely need both sides, and Annie doesn't do that.
Yes, peeps are wondering what I'm listening to. See, this is the dedication. This is the dedication of some people. Pushing a car around Target, recording the live. That is dedication. I'm going to curse the live. No town votes. Quick update. Notice how she said, my opinion. Wait, I thought she didn't believe the child. Did she not call her a brat? Well, I heard her call the child a brat. She apologized for calling the child a brat. But yet, now she's saying she didn't call the child a brat.
I think sometimes you can only do so much. Sometimes one side won't talk to you. But if it's like a public figure, and you already know what the public figure's position is, for instance, you know that the Duggars' position is that Josh is fine and everything's great. Do you need the Duggars' position? Do you need their side of what happened? Does it matter their side when we know that they'll just say everything's fine, it's great? And those kinds of stories, yes, not all the Duggars are guilty.
I feel as a journalist, you need both sides of the story, and Annie doesn't do that. Is there anything new about the Duggars? I know you don't want to talk about them now. He lied and said he didn't know how to work social media, but then someone pulled up his old videos.
No way. Many of these children are complete and utter victims of the parents. But at the same time, Josh Duggar is a piece of crap. And everyone knows that he is.
Oh, give us your opinion. I could have loved the old series. Wow.
I don't watch other YouTubers, honestly. I just saw a clip of what she was talking about in a group.
See, she saw a clip of what she was talking about in a group, a private Facebook group. The operative word is private. Private. Not public. Private. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Yes, I thought she was Duggared out. Red Dwarf. You can ring Joe's bell. Ring Joe's bell. Actually, it's a pen. It's a pen. So I just saw what she said in a group, and it was a private group. How would you like if there was stuff that came out from her private meetings today? The word private is the word. Went on Facebook under girl's name with updates. Nothing is private to KJ. We all know that. Correction. Thank you. She is known to create those soccer accounts on other groups. So hello. So I'm just going to do that again.
I think clip of what she was talking about in a group.
And last night she named the group, which is a private Facebook group, because I looked it up. See, I've been doing my research. I've got time to fact check here. I've got 7 days of not being able to go anywhere. I got all the time, KJ.
I think Michael wanted money. I think Michael wanted fame. I think it was clear that Michael loved the attention he was getting from women. And I think he wanted to hurt his ex-wife. And I think he's going to do it to the next ex-wife. And I think he's just a narcissistic abuser.
I thought narcissistic tendencies was rare, but I don't know how many people has she called narcissist? Because everybody is a narcissist. Please save my kids. Group with girl's name has Annie's information. Wow. She calls someone that at least once a day. Oh, wow. 950K on TikTok. Wow. How do you catch a clown and pin it down? Oh.
That's my opinion. There was speculation there was drugs, but I don't know if that's involved. I honestly think it's money, but I also, more than anything, money is part of it, but I also think he's trying to get abuse against his ex-wife. And they use flying monkeys. So if you know anything about narcissistic abuse, which I have been on the receiving end of for over 2 years, the narcissist will take their gripe and then they get all of their friends to become the flying monkeys that do all of their dirty work. So the narcissist doesn't have to look like the bad guy. Everyone around them is doing the dirty work to discredit and attack everyone for the narcissist. And then the enablers support the narcissist. And then the person on the receiving end gets gaslit by the flying monkeys and all of their supporters.
Oh, like her critics. Pot meat kettle. Bo, I think you're talking about Piggy, I think it's called. It looks like that. Oh, he's disappeared at the moment. So, yeah. I have a Roblox account because Harrison has a Roblox account. And guess what I do? I play Roblox with Harrison and all the nieces and nephews. So if you want to send me a message, Queen of Roblox, I will send you Harrison's account for your daughter. A cover of Kaiser. I'm just writing this down. It sounds so familiar. Yeah, it's the piggy, and there's you can play in the fun fair and all of that sort of stuff. Harrison, his brother, loves it. Always playing hide and seek piggy or something. I don't know. I can't play any of them. Yes, I did say narcissistic. Sorry to be the bear. Most of us try to be better than KJ. I think it's just called Icon. No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think she reflects on what she says. She's smirking, though. Someone says, so you are making statements on the clip and you get mad when people do that. How is that fair to Annie when you don't want people to do it to you? Bye-bye. Then someone says, okay, got to go. I'll see you on the replay. Well, she didn't keep it. So I hope that person's come here to see it.
I watched minutes and minutes and minutes. So, no, I'm not making a statement on just a tiny little clip. I also saw what she released and what she said.
There you go. So she wrote, she watched minutes and minutes and minutes. What's minutes and minutes and minutes? 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Didn't the people that watched the live say she only spoke for about 2 minutes? So how can you watch minutes and minutes and minutes of a 2-minute clip? Yes, that evil piggy. I live with a 5-year-old boy. You can tell. See, I like more of the build games, the building the city games and that type of stuff, where Harrison and his brother like more shoot 'em up games and like all the parkour ones. And I can't do parkour. And what I do is I mess it up so they all think it's funny. We play Roblox a couple of hours a day, especially since school ended. Loves daycare and piggy. Yes, daycare. Yes, I've learned about daycare. There's also summer camp, the camp ones. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know way too much about Roblox. My son was into Pokemon and didn't allow shooter games. Minute, 3 minutes in all.
I watched minutes and minutes and minutes. So, no, I'm not making a statement on just a tiny little clip. I also saw what she released and what she said.
And then someone says, so that person that made about the statement about the clip says, I think you're misunderstanding her.
I have a right to have an opinion about other YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers have an opinion about me. And if you can't handle that I have an opinion about someone, don't watch me. Okay? She has had a lot of opinions about me. She and the Dad Bod Challenge crap podcast said a lot of shit about me.
She's beautiful. She has a right to her opinions. A YouTube Miko Hayes did a video on Sophie and he was so troubled by the video. I don't think he made another video on it, but it convinced me at first until you came out with yours. No games for me here.
Just saying my piece. And I hope everyone apologizes to Kelly.
She's beautiful, mic drop. And then Annie needs people like you calling her out.
She just needs to be called out. She just needs to apologize, and she just needs to stop talking about it. That's it. I will not stop talking about the Duggars. I just had to have a break today. Anyways, I'm so tired.
If you don't like her, don't watch. So she just needed to have a break because she was all duggered out. Get her, Annie. Hey, I just came in. Is she eating again? And when she hates someone, she always mispronounces channel name. She does, doesn't she, Vendandra? Thank you, lazy mum. Annie from 10 to Life. That's who she's been going on about.
I spent all day in meetings. I've got to decompress. There's big news coming from me soon.
If you don't watch her. Quick, get your pills. So there's big news coming soon. I haven't seen anything from Annie yet. I mean, Annie might just ignore her. At least you know it's a company that was being sued. She's lying. It was so brief, and she's not put anything on her Discord or private Facebook group. I mean, those places. So if there was another video, I'd know, says Seven Oz. So what's she talking about? What are you talking about, Katie? Or has she found an old clip from somewhere and running with that? And she literally cut, I've got big news, and then and that's it. She did that like mid-sentence. She was gone. She left just like that. She seems almost happy excited about the news. It would be weird if she has to apologize since she seems so... Yeah, but why? I mean, what I don't understand, Poppy, is why there wouldn't need to be an apology. Because the IBLP go after her. They are rich and connected. I really would have thought that there would have to be an apology somewhere along the way, because where she says it doesn't make sense. Seems like she doesn't like, she drops. I'm gobsmacked. She does seem to be confident and pleased. Yeah. She apologized to Kelly for calling her child a brat and for getting her court records and sharing info no one was supposed to have. She did settle with Tidy. We don't know. We don't know, Gigi. All we know is that there's big news coming out that Salts has been in Minneapolis, that there's been 2 days of talks. Something will be announced at some stage, but we don't know. Now, here's her Instagram. See, so we first of all said here, buddies are back together. I can't handle this. So that's is that Joanna? Oh, stay safe, Peter. Stay safe. I can't even spit it out. So that's Joanna. And it is PG and really isn't talking about Sophie at all or any drama. So, yeah, I don't know what she's talking about, really. Apologise to Kelly Long and stop talking about a family you caused pain to by running your mouth while calling for the execution of an innocent woman. Some creators, says the creator with how many lawsuits? Worry about yourself. 0 lawsuits, she says. There's been no formal finding that she did something legally wrong, so an apology may really not be part of it. Could it be they both agreed to let it go if KJ deletes the old content? Or make some video about how they're actually great people and rug sweep everything in the... Well, I mean, that could possibly happen. I know what I want, Poppy, because I'd want an apology in big lights. But says Katie, YouTuber, oh, hey, that's me on Discovery Plus, Unison in real life, Sarah speaks. Maybe TLC found me through the Duggars. I just think it's all that money that was spent, and they didn't get all that money that they spent. I know, I'll go to her Twitter next, Tracy. Since everyone is wondering, Lindsay's doing amazing. We still talk all the time. She's building a house, working on several projects. She's been through hell the past few years. I've seen her cry, laugh, scream, and smile. She never gives up no matter what. She's the kind of person that can speak logically to friends, give solid advice, and always reminds people to say focus on goals and what matters. She's an ear when I get stressed, a sass when I feel petty. She's been trashed, harassed, and lied on by her family and the media, all while staying classy. Lindsay is more than a public figure. She's a human. Behind every perfect Instagram photo is a story, and Lindsay has a million. I don't report on her because I respect her, but yes, we are still friends and speak all the time. We don't follow each other on purpose due to her crazy family. Spread love, not hate. I know this girl deserves it. I think everybody wants to do a public apology about it, but I know what we want, but that's what Tati wants. The number of lawsuits I have. Hi, E. Poppy seeds. Now, remember, Poppy's been 100% correct to this point. So Poppy says, my stance is that Tati's goal was reputation fixing, and she got it. JC being exposed now has as well just makes it even better for her. I doubt she really ever cared about KJ. Wow. And that's the thing. She didn't learn one thing. All right. So then she goes after, she says this. So I guess all her running around during the pandemic got her and all her kids sick. Please get vaccinated, everyone, and don't be like him. Influencers have a responsibility to be a good example, and the Kardashians repeatedly did not follow protocol. I'm glad they are okay now. So apparently, Kim Kardashian reveals she tested positive for COVID while taking a second baby bar exam after failing on her first try. Now, I had to do some research and find the baby bar exam is what they do in the first year. She stopped talk. I only mentioned her this week when someone asked during the Q&A, but she's in nothing else. She doesn't have proof of anything to even put it out there. So do you think is Annie the type of person that is likely to react? Sassy Noz, is she likely to recount, or is she one of these ones that just goes, okay. Oh, yeah, I did look at this one today, yeah. Oh, she's just tweeted. She's just tweeted. Look at this. Coming soon. She's tweeted. Michael Saltz's Twitter. Minneapolis has become a beautiful courthouse. Due to the party's ongoing mediation efforts over the last few days, we will not be seeing the inside of it. Coming soon. She shared his post. Are they friends now? Gail, the Twitter guy you're looking for is Friendly Geordies. Who's the guy? This Friendly Geordies here, it says trending in Australia. He's a YouTuber comedian, and he's been sued by a politician for defamation. KJ's made a big hurt and drama about all this coming soon. Does she think she's friends with him now? I'm sure he sees right through her character. She's in a good mood too. She is in a good mood too. So I will be doing a video on this lawsuit because this is interesting, and this will be a very interesting case. They have friends in KJ's. Kardashian will sue, have billions. Yes, I've been trying to get the law number. I've been trying to get the details of the case, but I've actually got the case number now. As I said, I've got time. I've been able to do all this research. You guys, I've got some amazing videos. I've got some amazing videos coming up that have been happening. So now I've got the time. The only thing Annie did say about SL is that she did check into the SA testing kit and there's no info on where those all are. Okay. And I know that you said that you wanted to look at the Martin Bright. You wanted to find out more about Martin Bright. So I'm going to do look at that one. And I also thought I might look into, because we've had some pretty horrific crimes. I thought I might even, I know we looked at briefly at this a few months ago early on, but I thought I might go deeper into the Harold Holt disappearance and see whether, you know, maybe we can solve a crime. Maybe we can solve it. Imagine if we could say, hey, we know where he is. Just to give us some variety from the KJ nonsense. She doesn't have time for the Katie drama. Plus, with a new baby coming, she's got better things to deal with than Katie playing games. Anyone would think by KJ's Twitter that she has received $5 million from Tardy gloating. Well, if she doesn't have to pay any, I mean, if they're just going to walk away, as long as she doesn't say anything. Ivan Milat, yes, Ivan Milat was horrible too. Yes, I'm probably going to look at that's the backpack. Yeah, he just died recently, didn't he, Osbel? I think he just died. Didn't he die in prison? Oh, Serge Ben Hayu. Oh, yes, is he the guy that thinks he's Jesus? Will? I was watching something on him. Yeah, so I think Ivan Milat just recently died. He's with HR Puffins. Oh, and that's where Melissa Caddick's probably gone to. And there's been updates in her file as well. So I need to pull. There's heaps of documents I need to pull that I haven't been able to do. And the good thing is for all of you guys. Yes, he's reincarnated from so I'm going to be on mid-semester break soon. I'm going to have 6 weeks. So I'll be able to churn out quite a bit of, hopefully I'll be able to research and churn out a bit of content. But I've got to pass my exams first. Yeah, I think Ivan Milat wasn't pleasant. I don't think it was a pleasant end. But we've actually had some very horrible crimes and some unsolved crimes even. And it's, you know, we can look at for some of that. So we're going to have a bit of, you know, oh, he died in, that's right, he died in 2000. Did he die in 2019? Wow. I love true crime. I'm all wrapped up with the little cash story. The camera footage is chilling. Really? I've not, yeah. Wow. I watched some of the Kingston cult you mentioned just there. Still following Warren Jeffs. They are. I was watching. See, before I watched KJ, I was actually watching the family court bombings. So Ivan Milat, he succumbed to esophageal cancer. So that's how he died. So it was very painful. Died in 2009. Family court body. I'm just making a list here of what everyone's saying, and I think Ricky's going to be very busy over the next 7 days, and then 6 weeks. So the 9th of June, my last assignment's submitted, and then I'm free until August. Ned Kelly. Well, Ned Kelly is very interesting. Actually, they want to take down let's talk about they want to put in something about a route. They want to do an expansion or something, and they're looking at taking down the Ned Kelly statue, which is really upsetting the people of Glenrowan. The William Tyrrell case. To US people, they should watch the underbelly. That is so interesting. Yes, and because he died in jail too, didn't he? Levi Bellingfield. See, oh gee, we had a Ned Kelly. So, it would depend on who you ask. Christoph Van Always, he would actually just rob. He robbed people. He was a bushranger, but he would rob people. He was like a little bit of a Robin Hood type character, but a scumbag. But he would actually rob and look after the poor people. But ended up being a shoot. There was a whole gang called the Kelly Gang, a lot of his family, and ended up being a big shootout where they shot police and everything. Anyway, he survived. He actually was hung. I think was he the last hanging at the Old Melbourne Jail? Gee whiz, I'm going by my history here. I think he was the last one. And in fact, today, Ned Kelly would probably been able to be, would have been able to appeal. I mean, his trial only went for 2 days. Although he wasn't the last person. The first person to be hung in the Old Melbourne Jail in Victoria was a woman. And the last person to be hung there was Angus Murray in 1924. So, no, he wasn't, but he's the most famous one. Yeah, William Tyrrell's an Australian case. Cool. Should look at the last death penalty case for Canada. I don't know when the last death penalty case for Australia was. I know we haven't had it for ages. Canada. Ronald Turpin and Arthur Lucas, convicted for separate murders, December 11, 1962, at Don Jail in Toronto. Here we go. Taman Shud. The Belmont children. Oh. Hi, Jessica. I'd love to have the Chiron hormone. Okay, sold. Gee whiz, you've given me some work to do. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you, Alberta. There you go. I mean, that is Wikipedia, but that says Amnesty International says 1962. There you go. Capital punishment 2 minutes after midnight. The last two people to become. I forgot to show you, so there you go. Sorry. All right. I commented on Saltsy's tweet about mediation, and she has blocked me. Wow. Plan to create. Oh, really? Blocked by KJ. What did you say? Madeleine McCann. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Because what's the latest conspiracy on that one? Oh, Lindy Chamberlain. Oh, that's right. Ronald Ryan is the last person that was hung in Australia. Ronald Ryan. He was the last one. Lindy Chamberlain. He was the last person to die in Australia in 1967. Oh, didn't he? You see the guy that escaped? They scaled a wall. He sort of stole a rifle. Oh, he killed a warden, didn't he? Oh, maybe we might look at Ronald Ryan. That's where the Balti Bridge got its name from. Sorry, I'm just like, we have a bridge that we travel over called the Balti Bridge, and he was Victoria's longest serving premier, and he's remembered for his pugnaciousness and refusing to commute Ronald Ryan's death sentence in 1967. So we might look at Ronald Ryan because he. Oh, Lindy Chamberlain. We do have some interesting cases, don't we, in Australia? I would have thought they would have found some sort of trace after all this time. I mean, 3 bodies is hard to hide. Never had issues with condoms. Remember, is the death penalty? Yeah, death penalty is abolished in Australia. So Ronald Ryan was in 1967. Was the last time somebody was killed in Australia. Religious people think Maddie's parents were involved, and it seems it was really strange. Reminds me of Chamberlain. There was a German intern there, but he. I don't know, Julianne. I haven't seen anything. How about Ken McElroy? Ken. Wow. You're almost on Google. I don't like the death penalty, but I think it should be back as a deterrent. I just watched the documentary a few months ago. I was watching something about that too. With these, some of these methods I think needs to be brought back. A retweet. She said next time he can enjoy join Minneapolis. So she said next. Oh, really? She responded directly to his tweet and said next time he can enjoy Minneapolis? Really? Does she mean the did she mean the courthouse? No way, she didn't, did she? I still have a feeling she'll mess it up. I just have a feeling. Oh, here we go. Oh, here's this one. So these are some of the so someone says, wonderful news, you've worked hard. I wish we would. We all know she's already bragging about it. Nice try, though. Forgetting she's been sued twice. It's off light rail, too. There's some amazing restaurants in the TCF building in this area. Everything closes so early. She says COVID and unrest from George Floyd and Dante Wright's murder has most of downtown closed right now. Next time, maybe you can enjoy the real experience. Sir Michael Saltz, there are thousands of us waving Team Westbrook flags. Yep, she already saying cryptic messages. At least you won't have to deal with her anymore. All of us right now are the scene from Inherit the Wind when Matthew Brady rides into town and everyone is singing, give me that old time religion. It was good for old Saltz. It was good for old Saltz. It was good for old Saltz. It's good enough for me. Brave of you to assume she's going to keep her word about whatever you've agreed to. You'll be in there by Christmas. That's amazing news. Does this mean we have an interview happening soon? Emily D. Baker, call me cynical, but maybe they knew they wouldn't win. They had a long list of you're all going to do this stuff because we will win if we take it to your backyard. The long list of you're all going to do this stuff is going to be followed by you're all going to give us this stuff. I was robbed. The courthouse is stunning. My courthouse, hey, was words have power. I was robbed. Unfortunately, her head will be bigger and will tax some more creators. What will it take for the abuse she dishes out to be addressed and proper justice given? It's not just the creators' abuse, it's those who stand up for them. Doxing fans with the swatting. She's already tacking 10 to life tonight. I tried not to get too invested in her lawsuit, but after watching this woman decimate others for almost 3 years, just because she wants to be harsh, I hope she would at least learn to think before she speaks. She's already going on about how channels falsely accused her. She's victim, and since she has zero lawsuits, she's clearly vindicated. It is so heartening. As a victim of CSA and DV, her words cut deep. I guess it's a sign of the times. Hopefully she pulls a bit back. I'm glad you are a fighter. I have no hope of pulling her back. I see it getting worse. I mean, she went on H3 and Gabby Hanna. She's escalating. I'm worried about the breaking point. The good old days. I worked there. Never have I been to court for myself. Have fun, Mr. Saltz. A settlement is good, I suppose. My hope is that she had to pay big for her big mouth. Thanks, Saltzy. We sure do. I love you guys, Saltzy, forever. Or do you mean negotiations are still going on? It's over. They settled. Do we get to find out what was settled, though? I want to know what KJ lost or what Tardy gained, because KJ will walk away more emboldened, and people still think Tardy was a fraud with her vitamins and her hubby, you know, his mum, for inheritance money. No public statement of KJ admitting guilt. I was hoping this includes a genuine apology that must stay up on her channel. Happy for you that you don't have to deal with her anymore. We will keep fighting the good fight over here. Unfortunately, she's already busy defaming others. Well, you won't have to deal with her, so it seems. She'll be back in some fancy courtroom soon, no doubt. It's inevitable. Thank you, sir, for fighting the good fight. I wish Miss Westbrook happiness and success. I really hope she's paid for all your expenses in Minnesota and really enjoyed your stay and didn't skip a meal. She's already letting everyone know. Not that this will stop her from doing this to others, but I'm glad you don't have to deal with her anymore. I'm sure it's been nightmarish. Maybe that's why Saltz posted that photo. Guess KJ will get away with her nonsense again. She's surely feeling invincible. She's going to be more insufferable than she has been. I get tired of terrible people continuing to get away with things being terrible, but I guess such is life. Good people finish last. LOL for now. Well, at least she suffered a significant financial loss paying for lawyers' fees. I'm hoping the FBI finds that she had something to do with the hacking so criminal charges can be filed against her. Will we ever know the outcome of the hacking situation? Couldn't you sue her for the horrible things she said about you and threatening to trying to get you disbarred? She made some serious allegations about you. They were blatant lies. She's such a POS. Once again, KJ walks away uncountable and unrepentant with absolutely no impetus to change her abusive ways. She now feels invincible, emboldened, perfectly primed to inflict pain, anguish, and misery on a whole new sleuth of victims. What an epically tragic disappointment. Tati, no. She gets away with it again. What's this? The third lawsuit? Please tell me she didn't get off scot-free. We love updates from you. Thank you. Also, KJ tweeted cryptic stuff out last night. Take a lookie. I saw she hasn't learnt when she brazenly stated that Tati can't and won't sue her. Yeah, this is going to last real long. She might leave Tati alone, but she's already on to the rest of the Duggar family. I'm still looking for the clip where she said the Duggars aren't going to sue her. The exact same thing she said about Tati. She fails to realise that while others are reporting on it, they aren't accusing JB of seeing a CA. I appreciate you realised what I assume is a potential settlement before Katie. She was doing cryptic posts for attention like she had a secret. It's out, IMO. Hope if settled, we can see you on Emily D. Baker's channel just for a get to know you interview. Tati is a hero fighting KJ. That's one big building. Reminds me of H.H. Holmes Hotel. I'll see myself out. It's a cool building. Does that mean you can come on EDB's channel when it's said and done? Do you foresee an actual end that will keep everyone out of the I was going to say courtroom? Oh, that. KJ inviting Saltsy for dinner. Oh, baby Tegan. Hopefully there'll be a clause provision. Send out when the case was active. There's going to be big news coming. I hope this will really be a positive move going forward. Always staying positive. KJ tweet, sounding too positive. See, that's what's got me worried, Poppy. The sodder children. All I can think of with these tweets was that they must be laughing because people love Tati. Saltsy's no dummy. I'm certain that I've heard other lawyers say that he is a top defamation lawyer, so he knows what he's doing. I don't do fish. Thought of ruining. Tati is a hero. Who knows? Yeah. So it does look like a really nice building, though. But yeah, so she's responded to him. So that's interesting, isn't it? I'd love to see it have Saltsy on her channel. She said she'd love to have him after it was all finished. What a hoot. So, prediction, Poppy Seeds. What's going to happen next? Seeing that you've got a seeing you've been right so far. We want to know. How is this going to end? What's at stake? Do you think I'm sort of getting the impression it's all the offending stuff's been deleted and they're just going to walk away. Is that the impression that you get? And would you have an NDA in place? Is my other question. I just hope Poppy doesn't charge me for all these questions. KJ needs to lose everything. That's the only way she will. My fall from good calls is coming. But you've been right. So you've had, what, 3 from 3? How do you see this playing out? So, and if you remember, she did say she doesn't cover YouTubers anymore either. And I'm starting to wonder whether this has been going on for a while because of the fact that she said that. Sorry, I'm yawning. I would guess there was no real apology for the most part. I was mistaken based on your info and the old videos down line. Any other terms probably subject to NDA. Yeah. And so I would assume that in there would be terms of if it's breached, gloves are off and it's back to where they started. Is that a fair assessment? You don't want her to get away with it. It wasn't, we doubted your insight. Yes, absolutely. So there would be a provision that if she was to breach that they would be onto her. If there is an NDA, what would her big announcement be that she can't talk? Probably that it's all been settled. So NDA would not cover her current tweeting. Well, maybe it hasn't been signed yet, Gail, because remember it said coming soon. I'm only taking a guess here. I'm thinking that there's still final things to go. The law doesn't always align with the people's will. That much is true. So I was telling you before about the politician that was suing the YouTuber. The interesting thing is that they're suing Google. He's suing Google as well. So there's two respondents. So you've got the YouTuber and you've got Google. So the politician's suing Google as well for allowing the YouTuber to be able to do what he did. Now, Australia has very tight rules on cyberbullying and cyber harassment and that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this happens because it was a comedian and I believe it was something like a parody. So, yeah. And he's a YouTuber though, yeah. Yes, Google for publishing defamatory content, YouTube post and not taking the videos down when Barriello complained. Yes, that is why. I just find it really interesting that Google's now got themselves into this lawsuit as well. So it's not classed as public knowledge. Yeah, that's exactly how she'll promote everywhere victory. Why do I feel so depressed about the lawsuit? I think, gingerly, it's because we always hoped that there would be consequences to the actions. We don't know yet what it's going. We don't know that there hasn't been consequences. We don't know what's happened, but it looks like that settlement is happening. Everybody thought that it was going to get dragged through the court and we would be able to see everything in Discovery because Discovery would have been very interesting on both sides. And I don't think I'm going to make an assumption here. This is, and I'm putting it here, my opinion. But I think that there would have been lots of skeletons that have come out and neither party wanted the skeletons to come out at the end of the day. So, but I think it was the fact that we feel like there's no consequences. calls corrupt and takes the mick out of him, calls him Super Barelo Bros, which Barelo says is racist. Didn't he talk in an Italian accent? The other thing I found out, Poppy Seeds, is Friendly Geordies also was sued by Clive Palmer. And also, Poppy Seeds, guess who Barilo has got as his barrister? Somebody who now has lots of time on their hands because they can't do Minister Porter's defamation case. He's hired Chrysanthou. Yeah, Chrysanthou is Barilo's barrister. Isn't that interesting? I hope it becomes a public interest case because I want the documents, but anyway, I can't get them at the moment. Yeah, but I think everyone is just feeling that there's going to be seen that there's no consequence. I think that's why everyone's feeling a little bit upset by it. But you know what? At some stage, it catches up with everyone. Oh, Clive Palmer threatened to sue Friendly Geordies for calling him names, and FJ was like, "Sue me then." I think Friendly Geordies, I was reading it, called him Humpty Dumpty. There's also a case in the federal court, Clive Palmer versus Mark McGowan. So Clive Palmer is suing the Premier of WA for the border closures, which I think is also very interesting. Yeah. So I think we just have to. I think it's disgusting that KJ has gotten away with it. Also, if I wish someone would force her off social media altogether. Look, her day will come. Her day will come at some point in time. Barra. One of my staff members interned for him for a while. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. Barriello. Salts is still in that legal pack with Google's legal team. And also whisper in their ears about, well, that's true. That's true. But you know what? At some stage, you know, it will be, you know, there will be no escape. There will be that line that will just cross. Oh, it was? Oh, was it? I thought it was Humpty Dumpty. I must have read the child-friendly version, Poppy Seeds. but Poppy Seeds, that's truth though, isn't it? And he never forgets. So anyway, you have just given me a whole nother page of cases to look up now. Look at that, it's gone into the column. So right, CE, there were lots of, but that's the name that really annoyed him. Yeah. All right, so on that note, I'm going to head off and go to bed because I've got another big day of doing. Another big day of doing nothing. I'm very busy now in lockdown. I know. I got a very big day in lockdown now. Yeah. So the other one more question, Poppy Seeds. Will it be their own costs or will it be? Oh, wait on. Oh, she's just tweeted again. We need to look at this before you go. Oh. Hang on, before everyone goes, she's just tweeted again about compromise and moving forward and how it's not easy. Just wait, just wait. Just wait for a moment. I'm just trying to find her tweet now. Give me 1 minute. Just wait. Just 1 minute. Oops. So have a look. Compromise isn't easy but necessary. Sometimes you have to realize that you can find common ground, move forward, and find a positive resolution. Sometimes it's easier to stay mad than forgive. Today we're working towards healing. Details coming soon. And she's posted that. So this is from her Instagram. So obviously she's put it on Instagram. What's broken can be mended. What hurts can be healed. No matter how dark it gets, the sun is going to rise again. So something is coming, I would imagine. It looks like she's thrown. But see, we always said she would always throw someone else under the bus if it meant to protect her. And I think that time has come. So here we go. Here she is again. Those tweets make me seem like she's not happy with what. Well, I'm getting that impression too. The past 6 months have been very challenging, but there is an end in sight. Healing from the past is not easy, but it's possible with hard work. It's been a very long week, very long, but some good news is coming soon. It says YouTube, lawsuit, mediation, working it out. Hello. She has just told us that they nearly got the mediation working it out. She's just told us they've nearly got it resolved. YouTube, lawsuit, mediation, working it out. which actually then contradicts her previous one, which says the number of lawsuits I have, because in here the very next tweet says YouTube, lawsuit, mediation, working it out. I'm just pointing it out. Anyway, what do you reckon? Good luck if there's an NDA. Oh, if there's an NDA, there's going to be trouble. Watch them pay her fees in exchange for handing everything she has on Swanson. Do you reckon that's what it's going to be? That they will pay her fees. They won't charge her fees if she hands over everything on Swanson. Which means she's been lied. But then the thing is, right, if everyone said, is it Swanson, and she's been denying it's Swanson, if her source has been Swanson, she's been lying to everybody this whole time. Like, hello? If it turns out, because so many people called her out on it, and she denied it and said, no, that's not my source. I had a source at the courthouse, da-da-da-da-da. And anybody that dared say it was Swanson, got berated for it and got blocked for it. Yeah, no. Hello, Linda. We're just about to finish up. But she would have to have heaps on Swanson for it to be worthwhile. She would have to. But then she's lied. But she's lied to everybody. She's lied to all her subscribers, all her members, all of this time. Yes, she did prove it was a lie. But yet she kept denying. She actually, but she maintained that line, that it was a source from the courthouse. She actually turned it and said that Emily was lying. You know, I have to watch a replay, yes. So anyway, that's all I've got to say on that. But, you know, which then when we've said that we think that she's lying, if it comes out that it was Swanson, well, yes, everybody was right. Yes, Katie Joy. Oh, I tell you, can't keep up with this. All right, so we're going to head off now. So it's time for the Aussies to go to bed. And I hope you all have a good Friday. And I will, if they can get evidence from KJ Swanson actively charged Hardy for their business, it's a huge win for them. KJ said her source was in the courthouse, but then EBD pointed out it was electronic. So then she said it was an email that disappeared from her inbox and she downloaded the file. That's right, Claire, she did. And that lawsuit is worth millions. So it would be worth paying her fees then for the, yeah, she did. That's right. It was the mysterious email, wasn't it? But then it's still a lie. I mean, it's still a lie, Claire. At the end of the day, it's still a lie. Which everybody suspected. The issue that I have with KJ is just tell the truth. Like, you know. So that's all I've got to say on that. All right, I'll catch you all later. Have a great one. Yes, and to stop hurting people. Correct, Christoph Fan, always. You're right. All right, see you all later.